What's going on, YouTube? Got something to show you. It's been about a week and a half since I've driven this truck. Reason being is because I melted a coil pack. I'll show you what that looks like. Really sucks. These were not too old either. They're P2M coil packs. Look how bent that is. Anyway, just let me tell you how it happened real quick. So, I'm at work. I'm about to leave work at like 5. Get out to my truck and start it up, and notice instantly it has a misfire. It almost sounded like a Boxer, like a Subaru. It was weird. And I'm like, okay, that's weird because I didn't do anything differently. It ran just fine when I parked it. I'm sitting there kind of waiting to see if it clears up. I give it a couple like small revs to see if it just clears itself out. Looking at my AFR gauge, and it's reading at like 13.5. So I was like, well, that's fine. That's weird. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll just try and limp it home. So I'm driving it home. It's gutless, real gutless. And I'm down the street from my apartment, and I started smelling this burning smell, but there was this like real piece of crap car in front of me. So I was assuming, I was like, is that either my truck or is this car in front of me? It was like an old Buick or something. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just down the street, so I'm just gonna finish driving to my apartment instead of pull over and look. And by the time I pull up to my apartment, the smell is getting stronger and stronger. Just kind of listening to my motor, and then all of a sudden smoke starts coming into the cab, like a lot of smoke. And so I freak out. I shut off my truck instantly, and I pull out my fire extinguisher. Also, guys, if you don't have a fire extinguisher in a vehicle that you built yourself, I highly recommend that, because it would suck if all your hard work burned to the ground. I've seen it happen multiple times. I always have my fire extinguisher. It's right under my seat. So anyway, I pull out my fire extinguisher, open up my hood, I'm ready to put out a fire, and notice just there's like a lot of white smoke coming out from underneath my coil pack covers, which are these right here. No fire, but smoke is coming out from under there. So I'm like, okay, run to the back where my battery is located, which is right here. Pop the top off, and I unhook my negative, and just so I know that there's no power going to anything, because I didn't know what was happening. I didn't want any wires to heat up and melt and burn and start a fire. As you can see, the whole top is like bent because it got so hot. It had nothing to do really with the motor. It was all my fault. Of course, the wind is coming out. Anyway, so when I did the swap, I cut the firewall right here a little bit, and I never really shaved it down. And so what I think was happening is it was rubbing against my coil pack sub harness, and I think it finally kind of cut its way through, and it was arcing, kind of grounding itself out, and burned it up. So that's completely my fault. This is the first problem I've really had with this sr20 swap, and that was all my fault. So it had nothing to do with the tuners, nothing to do with the SR itself. That was all me. Or it could have been just a faulty coil pack, and I don't really know. So I guess we're gonna find out today. I'm gonna swap those out. And all these coil packs are, they're just held in by these 10mm bolts right on the top. Being careful you don't drop them in to the spark plug holes, because that's annoying. Guys, I'm gonna do a full video soon talking about what I've done to this truck. I just haven't had a ton of time lately to finish that, and also I've been really into that that 521 that I have. Since this one's done, there's not really much I do to this truck anymore since it's completely done. So I just drive it. Also probably check the ground. There's a ground strap that bolts right to the back of the head. Alright everyone, so I ended up fixing the problem with my sr20. So what I thought was gonna fix it didn't fix it. But what I found out, usually I don't rely on forums, but I was reading some other people's problems, and apparently if you had oil leaking into your spark plug holes, that can cause your coil pack to burn up, or oil gets down to your spark plug. That's an obvious misfire if it gets in there, cause a bad ground. So what I already knew is I had a missing nut on the back of my valve cover right here, and I'm looking down all the spark plug holes, and all of them are dry except the one that had the coil that burned up. There was quite a bit of oil in there, so cleaned it out real good. I'm gonna order a brand new valve cover gasket and a whole new hardware set for that valve cover, and we'll be able to call it good. But it's running real good now. It's been a couple days. It's been a couple days since I've worked on it, but I gotta get that hardware kit though, so it doesn't happen again. So I'm probably not gonna really drive it much until I get that kit. I ended up when I repainted my valve covers when I lost that nut. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Comment down below what you thought. Peace.